The UK by the government's plans for regulatory of the web and public print concluded a length listing of on the internet harms. Amongst them was undue display use by younger generation. On the Technology Camping Podcasting the 1 week, we ask if down there is compelling testimony how conducting several hours steadfast at smartphones and some screening is injuring the psychological public health of youthful human beings. If you recite news story headlines, or really the by the government's on the internet harms White's document, you might believe how the instance versus display period was a not-brainer. But the 1 week, a research by the Oxford Web Institution offered how it had slight evident impact on the psychological welfare of younger generation, though if they were conducting several hours steadfast at screening at sleep time. We see at general welfare, one of the researchers, Amy Orban, tells us. We do not discover a relation among digital display use 30 protocol 1 time and 2 several hours up bed and a reduction in welfare. The study discussed information of more than rather than 17,000 younger generation in the UK, Ireland and the joint state. Ms. Orban tells us how, in comparison with some teaching, their job does not trust exclusively on which human beings paper on their own display period. Human beings are very bad at evaluating how lot they use phones and technique in their daily lifetime, she explains. We've in fact seen in early study how the overlapping among their personality reported telephone use and their factual use while it is tracked is completely minimum. Critics include sharpened out how several of the Oxford information dates behind to 2011. With later, adolescence display period and the environment of which they are view has modified. Down there is lot of anecdotal testimony how no question how length younger generation are conducting looking at screening, they are faced content on issues such as lack of appetite and personality harm how could show injuring to their psychological public health. The Oxford researchers are sure how their research is strong in its conclusion how any ratio among display period and psychological public health is really little. How critically does not indicate how I'm proverb how down there might not be a kind of digital technologies how is detrimental, or is really advantageous, says Ms. Orban. But she says more than study is necessary. I believe the research is just a at first move. We requirement to be request superior questions. Meantime, everything the testimony, the driving to govern the web is collection step. As well on the 1 week's podcasting.